Hey, in today's video, I'm going to show you an open secret on Trustpilot where you can see how you're getting reviews from which sources and also investigate how your competitors are getting reviews and how we manage the rating, which can give you some idea what are the possible options. So once you go on the Trustpilot website, you can go directly either to the profile of your company or your competitors, or you can just browse it based on categories. So for example, if I go to a jewelry category and I see here like a profile that has a 5-star rating with 3,000 reviews, which is quite impressive. It's very difficult to keep that kind of rating with thousands of reviews. And if you haven't noticed, there is a link here. Uh, you can see in more detail how we're getting reviews. So this is a feature I haven't known about, even thought I've been working with Trustpilot for over almost 10 years now, but I only discovered this a few months ago. So if you click on this link, uh, you'll be redirected to a company, let's say a Trustpilot company profile page, where you can see like some standard details, if you pay for Trustpilot, etc. And then also the most interesting part is how many reviews we are getting for a profile. So you can see most of the reviews we're getting are for invited sources, which means that company is using either on their own, they manage it, the reviews on their own, but we're inviting customers potentially either for all orders or only for selected customers, or we're using a tool like Stackton where we can also help you manage campaigns in a similar fashion. So this is important because you can see here that majority of these reviews are from invited sources, which means that uh, most of them are targeted and likely that most of them are kind of from satisfied customers. I'm not saying that it's not a perfect company, but it's likely that we are managing this actively. Also, you can see here there is another functionality that most of you are aware, but just to see how well companies using this feature, it's also available in this page. So you can see here they flagged 4 reviews that were, some of you, one review was 1 star and couple 4 stars, and which means that and all of them were valid flags, which means that Trustpilot can remove them, and that directly impacts the ratings. For example, any 1 star removed will like account almost like 10 positive views. In their case, given that we have 5-star rating, the impact is much more larger. So yeah, so that's one example, and we can see another example. So this is like a perfect profile. But let's see another profile that it's less perfect. So if I go here, let's say at the electronics and technologies category, and let's see profiles with a higher number of reviews. And instead of taking a perfect or like the leader in the category, I'm gonna take another profile that has, let's say, lower than 4 rating. And let's see what we're doing here. So if I go to their transparency page, uh, and here I see there's like a mixture of organic, verified, and invited reviews. Majority is verified, which means that we're paying for Trustpilot to send invitations. Uh, and you can see here um, kind of a distribution of each invitation. So for example, I can use this chart to see how much 5-star reviews we're getting from each source. I can see that yeah, verified is leading here. Well, half of them are invited. But if I use, for example, one star review, I can see that verified is still contributing quite a lot of negative reviews as well. And it's kind of interesting case because they have ability to send invited reviews, but they choose as well to use verified, which means that some of the reviews are, let's say, targeted, which we can control a bit the outcome, but some of them are not targeted. And you can see here also the distribution of negative and positive reviews. You can see that the negative reviews are dragging the rating down. So most likely for this profile to improve above 4, we would need to have a handle of their, let's say, negative reviews. And you can see here we're flagging a lot of reviews, but most of them are kind of invalid based on Trustpilot kind of processing. So we removed only a fraction of these reviews, like less than 20%. Yeah, so that's another interesting case that would show you that even if companies using verified reviews, it's not a guarantee that you're gonna have a perfect score. And if you go back again to the profile, I just want to show you the last case study here. And I think that would cover the uh, most of variations where you can see on Trustpilot profiles and how companies getting reviews. So here's another company, and we see that we have like a good enough score. And if we go to the transparency page, we can see that we are not using any paid subscription from Trustpilot, so it's a free account. And they have a substantial number of negative reviews, like 20% is quite large. So the rating is, I think, better than what you expect for that number of negative reviews. Having said that, I can see that we have a lot of organic reviews, which means that we are sending basic link invitations and we have to send a lot of volume. And you can see here there was a ramp up recently in the volume, which means that the company either send it to the let's say all the customer base. So we have to drastically increase the volume to get that number of reviews. Or in some cases, I mean, this is not probably not the case, but you can see some example cases where companies suddenly have a spike of organic reviews, like in thousands. Then I would say that it looks quite strange, and it's likely that most of those reviews most likely not from your customers. But here it's most likely they use their customers. It's just that we are managing more kind of actively here, trying to get more reviews. And very interesting case here, you can see the flagging functionality is actually very accurate for some reason. So out of 200 times they flagged, almost 95% were valid, which is very unusual for Trustpilot to have that much reviews removed, and that's likely why we're managing to keep the rating up so much. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to show you today, and feel free to explore this tool. It's free for everyone, and I think it gives you a lot of insights not only about your Trustpilot company and strategies, but also your competitor strategies, how we're keeping the rating up. Thanks for watching.